Welcome to the Tartiflette Games Knuckle Huck Ski Finals. I'm Nick Comito, and to my right here is Mitch Bell. Last week we saw riders 26 through 11 take on the Knuckle and give it their all. But this week it's time to get down to brass tacks with our top 10 riders to crown ourselves a Tartiflette Games champion.
The Knuckle Huck is a relatively new event to Steep, debuting in 2019 for the snowboard Knuckle Huck in the X Games and then the ski Knuckle Huck in 2020. The Knuckle Huck sees riders getting very creative off the knuckle or the rollover of the jump. They're going for lots of style, lots of flair, and of course some technicality as well.
Our top 10 riders each hail from a different country around the globe, so get ready for some Olympic-style competition as they each try and defend their nation's flag.
They will take turns on the mountain, each rider taking their first run, then their second, then their third, in the rider order. Their runs are judged on technicality, creativity, and their execution. And the leaderboard is overall average of their 3 runs, so doing great in all of them will be important to be crowned the winner.
Let's take a quick look at that rider lineup, the lineup for today's competition and all 3 rounds. In the first spot, we have Flatliner, followed by Smash, Seb, Volition, Steep Clips Germany, Flair, Just Steep It, Mafia Boomin', Pollo Loco, and Sir Cholex.
There's some familiar names and some new ones on that list, so let's get started with round 1.
All right, starting off our competition with Flatliner, coming in high off of that left berm, gonna clip this knuckle, and clean as ever. What a way to start off the competition.
Getting creative with a 540 mute off the hill and then hitting a switch rodeo 900. Love that grab behind his legs too.
It's really difficult to make a run look that clean with those bright pants and those bright orange skis, but Flatliner nailed it with that 540 mute switch and will be sitting pretty in first place for now. Flatliner has the score to beat, and here comes Smash trying to take that first place spot from him. Huge air off the knuckle, wow! Beautiful tail press to end that one.
He started off with the nose butter and then hits a double cork 1260, and I just love that truck driver grab, crossing the screens and grabbing both noses.
In the first video, we were seeing some massive air off of these knuckles. I wonder if that is going to be a common thread through this competition, or if we're going to see some more technical stuff closer to the knuckle with less airtime.
Looks like the judges are going to put Smash in second, so maybe big air won't be the key to victory. Next batter up to plate, the Frenchman Seb coming down and taking it slow with just a 180, but he got those tips in the skis and boy did it look pretty.
Yeah, dragging that tip off the knuckle was a class move, and sometimes simpler is better in these contests, and Seb is a testament to that.
And Seb with the tip drag will move into first place.
A new face to the Nick and Mitch network, Volition, is up on the mountain now. Here he comes, a beautiful nose press, and just gets that pole off of the knuckle. It's a beautiful touch and a beautiful execution.
He's got the hand drag going on too with the Bio 720.
Look at that hold.
Gorgeous skiing out there. No doubt that he just took over first place.
And the judges' results are in. It looks like Volition will be our new leader for this competition. From a new face to an old one, it's time for Steep Clips Germany, the beautiful nose press, and just gets that nose pressed down into the knuckle.
That was gorgeous. He does a safety tweak, gets the nose of one ski and the tail of the other into the snow.
Like I said before, I don't think Big Air is going to be the winner here today. These riders that are just brushing that knuckle are going to come out with all of those style points from our judges, and Steep Clips is no exception.
The Finnish Flash Flare taking his turn on the mountain, starting off with a 180 and then hitting a double cork and sticking the landing.
He had all the time in the world to pull out that double cork, and he made the most of that massive airtime. Unfortunately, that is just going to put him in 5th place for this first round. Hopefully he can tighten it up for the next couple of runs.
Moving on to Just Steep It from Wales, starting with the 180, buttering and then getting 2 different grabs with a tweak as well, looking stylish.
That tweak is just about the only thing that set him apart from Flair's run. Doesn't look like he got as much air as Flair, but still just as stylish in that aqua blue jumpsuit. Moving on now to Mafia Boomin's first run. He's gonna come in with speed, hit a tail butter right at the knuckle, and turn out a stylin' mute grab with a tiny nose press on the knuckle.
I am loving how close these riders are getting to that knuckle, dragging the tips of their skis and sometimes other parts through the snow.
Unfortunately, that run is not enough for Mafia. It's going to set him into 7th place for round 1. And now we take you back to the top of the mountain where we're gonna watch Pollo Loco take his first crack. Coming in with a huge tail butter again to a double rodeo.
And he changes the grab from an octo to a blunt mid-air. Just some gorgeous handwork on the skis. That run from Pollo Loco is going to put him right in the middle of pack with 5th place. Now our final rider of round 1 is Sir Cholex, the man who inspired the Knuckle Huck. He is fist pumping on his way down and is gonna hit the first Lincoln of the competition with a hand drag.
We've been seeing a lot of these in the Reddit roundup recently, and you can't beat a Lincoln off of this knuckle. A lot of the riders are trying to dip their helmet right into the snow, and you can see Cholex just getting his right hand into that powder. Not quite the rotation that I would want to see as a judge, but we're gonna have to take it to the booth.
He got the hand in the snow, but he almost got his ski and his head in the snow at the same time. I imagine if he did that, he would have placed better than 4th place, but that rounds out run 1 for our riders.
Round 1 is done and in the books, and what an impressive round it was. If that is any indication of what we are to be expecting in the next 2 rounds, I cannot wait. We were seeing a lot of very impressive nose butters and some tail butters as well. Mitch, were there any riders that stood out to you in that round?
I loved seeing how close some people got to the knuckle in this event. Perhaps one of the best in the first round was Steep Clips Germany, getting that 900 safety with the tweak, dragging his nose and tail at the same time. But for the judges, that was only good enough for 2nd place. In first, we have Volition, who dragged his hand on the knuckle, so that might be what takes the cake.
Round 1 impressed both of us for sure. Coming up is round 2. Flatliner's going to be kicking it off right after a message from our sponsors.
Just opened in Kitchik. The Shred Sled stocks the best merchandise for all budding steep players. Local favorites available such as Sam Burger's Hamburgers, the Microwave in a Minute Classic Meal, Fallen Rocks Radical Socks, woven with the tears of failure, Serious Steez Shades, gain new world records, 80% of the time, every time. So come on down and support your local Shred Sled. First 100 customers get a free signed poster of Just Steep It.
Welcome back to the Tartiflette Games. We're going to send it back up to the mountain where Flatliner is ready to begin his 2nd run.
Kicking off run 2 and currently sitting in 5th place, Flatliner coming in switch and hits the double cork 900.
That dub 900 was clean as a whistle, just making it past that huge jump and almost getting totally horizontal with that knuckle. His back almost skidded across the snow.
He comes a mere few inches from the snow, but without any grabs or tweaks, that's going to keep him in 5th place. Smash in 10th place, looking to improve his score. Coming down, and he's going to hit the first double Lincoln of the competition. Looked like he got his head into the snow.
There it is! Exactly what I was saying in run 1. Every competitor wants to see their Lincoln go off perfectly, and Smash, the Belgian beast, comes out with the first pure Lincoln of the competition, just getting that helmet right into the powder before coming down clean. 2 runs into round 2, and we haven't seen anyone move anywhere on this leaderboard. Let's see if Seb can shake it up.
Seb sitting in a bronze medal position, looking to improve that. Coming in with the cork and the Japan grab, one of my favorites, and gets the skis in the snow.
This mountain is wonderful for hiding those tiny little errors and making every run look as wonderful as it can. And you can see it right there, that wonderful angle provided to us by Seb. You can see that front toe just making it, cutting through that snow into the knuckle. You couldn't have picked a better location for this contest.
Seb with not enough to take over Steep Clips Germany or Volition, but 3rd place is a great place to be sitting in this competition. Next up, we got Volition with an outfit change, it looks like, and ooh, going for the split in midair.
Yeah, that was a Nosebud 900 Daffy drag, something you don't see very often in Steep. But that outfit change came with a whole new set of tricks, and we never specified anything in terms of outfits for this competition. So good on you, Volition. He's gonna hold first place with that 2nd run. And now another run from Steep Clips Germany, nipping at Volition's heels. He's gonna land a beautiful shifty mute.
He is pumped up about that, throwing a huge 1260 close to the snow. Very hard to pull off.
Super difficult, but Steep Clips Germany makes it look easy. He is putting on a clinic today. Flair's 2nd run is starting a little higher than we've been seeing in the competition, but that's all good. Coming in with speed on the left of the jump, he's going to pull out a cork 540 shifty with a gorgeous little safety tweak at the end.
I am loving the Flair in the middle of that run where he seems to pause over the knuckle before continuing on with the grab, but it's just not enough for him to move anywhere on the leaderboard. He'll be staying in 7th place.
Back to the top of the mountain where we wait for Just Steep It. Looks like he just chips at the top of the knuckle and lands cleanly at the bottom of the hill. That was massive air from not a big jump.
He's going to come in with the nose butter and then a Pretz 180 to a 360 with a late bunt grab.
And we're going to have to wait to hear from the judges here. We might have some motion. Yeah, it looks like Just Steep It is going to move from the 6th position up to 5th and bump Flatliner into 6th. That is the first movement we've had on the scoreboard this entire round.
Well, the round's not over yet. Mafia Boomin' looking for some movement, sitting in 9th place, coming in with the nosebud into a cork with a safety grab.
He needed something huge after that first 9th place run, and this just might be it. Massive air. Look at that slow motion camera work. 2 rotations and a beautiful landing. But it looks like it wasn't enough to move anywhere on the leaderboard. Mafia is going to retain the 9th spot.
We've now got our 7th place rider, Pollo Loco, coming in with a 360 and then going into a huge 900 cork.
The Swiss rider stomping it down hard and jumping over that entire knuckle, almost clearing the entire landing hill on that one.
That's going to give him a little bump up into 6th place. A lot of small movements here at the end of the 2nd round.
The riders are bringing all they have, and now it is time for Sir Cholex to show us what he's made of. Coming in high, we can only expect something big, a ton of big air. Oh, I spoke too soon. How many rotations was that? And did he ever leave the ground?
He seemed to throw a ton of spins at the end of that. Overall, a 1260 nosebud with a bio and then a blunt grab with the nose drag.
What a tight run. I absolutely love this. So much buildup, so much energy busting down the mountain, and is able to tuck in and get a ton of rotations before he comes down a little sideways on the hill.
That's the only thing he can get some points knocked off with. That landing just a little bit shaky. Gonna be enough to move him up into 3rd place, bumping Seb down into 4th, and that ends it for round 2. The boys were sending it in round 2. A little bit of movement on the leaderboard with Sir Cholex sliding up into 3rd. But we gotta take a look at that Daffy drag.
Yeah, we have to look into how Volition pulled that off. Again, we stated it while he was doing the run, but that outfit is from the 90s DLC in the game. That's a paid DLC that came with a bunch of different video filters, a ton of outfits, and some new tricks. Now, we never specified that these riders couldn't use any outfit that the game provides. So given that the 90s allowed for different sets of tricks, we have to let it roll for this one.
Volition executed that Daffy drag perfectly and is sitting in first place still because he has had 2 solid and unique runs.
Well, we'll see if those 2 runs pay off in the long run. Round 3 is coming up.
You've asked for it, so the Tartiflette Games is bringing you Snowboard Knuckle Huck. Taking place at the same location, same rules, you will need to record your 3 best runs with 3 different camera angles and submit them by May 17th. For the full rules, info, and submission form, head to nickandmitch.com/knucklehuck.
Here we go, the final chance to achieve greatness on the hills of Steep and the Tartiflette Games. We're back to the top of the lineup with Flatliner. I don't even know if he touched the knuckle there, but almost clears the entire hill. And that went by way too fast. I'm gonna have to check the replay to see what he actually did in that run.
He starts off with a 90-degree turn and then gets the sideways tap on the mountain before finishing off with a 270 mute. That was like a skateboard trick, just tapping the mountain.
The judges are gonna move him from 7th to 6th place.
Now it's time for our current 10th place holder, the Belgian Beast, coming in switch, seeing if he can finish not at the bottom, hitting the rail first, and then grazing his skis on the knuckle. That was awesome.
I absolutely love the double heel drag on the knuckle. We haven't seen that in a video so far. That was incredible.
Cannot appreciate the bow and arrow grab enough either. That's gonna bump him up into 8th place.
Now it's time for our 4th place rider, Seb, seeing if he can crack the podium with his final run. Grabs some massive air off of that knuckle, and it looks like, what, a Pretz cork?
He went for the full send with a pre-180 and then a pretzel cork 900 with the safety as well, pulling out all the stops.
And that was a full send indeed. That run is going to move Seb from 4th all the way up to 2nd place. He is sitting pretty on the podium as of right now.
And now it's time for our current frontrunner. He's held first the entire competition. Volition throwing a huge cork 1260, different from his earlier runs.
Everyone in the competition in this round is trying to do as much as they can to move up as far as they can on that scoreboard, and our current leader Volition is no exception. That cork 1260 Japan was killer.
And now we've got Steep Clips Germany in 3rd place, starting off with a bit of a butter and then a sideways Lincoln before landing it. Pretty different.
The rotation wasn't quite what I would have wanted to see, but the execution was still flawless. I feel like that was a great 3rd run.
A great 3rd run for us, but looks like not so much for the judges. He's going to drop down to 8th place overall after completing his 3 runs.
Well, with Steep Clips apparently out of the way, it looks like it's anyone's game for that 3rd place spot. Let's see if Flair can put himself in that position. Coming in with speed, getting some massive rotation before the knuckle, able to pull out a cork 1260 with a nose drag to cap it off.
He's going with the double cork 1260, loving the butter to start that thing off too. He's gonna move up into 7th place after that.
Just Steep It is knocking on the door of that podium. Let's see if he can get himself up there. Little front flip to start, coming in backwards, but he's able to keep it under control, tuck in, and get that crispy tail grab at the start.
I appreciate what I'm calling that Tokyo drift off the start, and then his movement from a tail grab to a safety grab before sticking the landing.
Well, we have some wardrobe drama up on top of the mountain. It looks like Mafia has changed into just Steep It's kit for this final run.
Yeah, he pulls off a double bio 1080 with a nose grab while dragging the tail in the snow. An impressive trick's gonna push him up into 8th place.
Is Just Steep It naked up on top of the mountain? Did they swap outfits, or did he bring that from home?
We will not be finding out the answer to that because it is time for Polo Loco to go. In 6th place for his final run, going off with a Rodeo 540 and then going for a Dub 1080 mute. What a beaut.
But it looks like this crazy chicken isn't going anywhere right now. He's staying in 6th. Sir Cholex to cap it off. This is the final run of the competition. He's sitting in 3rd place right now, gunning for that 1st place spot with everything he has. Pulls out a huge backflip before even touching the knuckle, just gets that nose on the lip and firmly plants it down.
He goes with the safety grab to scoop some of that snow off of the knuckle and then absolutely stomps it down. He's going to move up into the silver medal position, which gives us our final rankings.
Well, there it is. For the first time in 3 years, a new Tartiflette champion has been crowned. In 3rd place from France, we have Seb, followed by 2nd place Sir Cholex from Spain, and rounding out the top 3, our new ski champion, Volition from the United States.
They impressed us, they impressed our judges, and most importantly, they impressed our special guest, one of the first Knuckle Huck skiers. He is a competitor, a commentator, a gold medalist, and a fellow Yinzer, Tom Wallish.
Yo, what's up? Tom Wallish here. Just wanted to say I love tuning in to see all the crazy Knuckle Hucks you guys are putting out. That was so awesome to see you making fun with it, having a good time. Just want to congratulate Aiden on the winning tricks. Those were epic. I'm a huge fan of that nose butter into the bio. Sev hand drag, getting the tail grab too. So a lot of style in that. Congrats, man. Keep on playing and having fun. Cheers.
Well, that just about does it for the broadcast. We'd like to thank everyone who has helped us bring the Tartiflette Games back to life. Thank you, Tom Wallish. Thank you, Steep, for all of the shout-outs. Thank you to the community, the riders, the judges. Everyone has been a crucial part of this production.
Coming up next for the Tartiflette Games, starting tomorrow, May 3rd through May 17th, you can submit your snowboard Knuckle Huck runs on our website, nickandmitch.com/knucklehuck. And then after that competition airs, I've got 2 words for you.
Be sure to subscribe to Nick and Mitch on YouTube to stay up to date on all of the new videos that we're publishing. New Steepcasts come out every Wednesday, and the conversation continues over on our Nick and Mitch Discord page. You can also follow us on Twitter at Nick or Mitch using the hashtag Steepcast.
It has been wonderful hosting this Knuckle Huck ski contest, but for now, I've been Mitch.
And I'm Nick.
And we'll see you on the slopes.